Good morning, everybody. Kat here, Vegas Fruity. I was up late last night with Mr. Fruity, and you can see some of the lights in the background. I'll show you. They go up to the ceiling a bit. We've got more decorations coming up. We have a little bit of a get-together, a little party for Christmas Eve, so we're going to have some guests over, and it'll be really nice. So we want to create some more ambiance. But I have a grocery delivery this morning, and I want to show you what I got. I don't know what's going to be in the box, so I kind of want to see what we're going to be having this week. I'll show it to you. Okay, so I got all these red potatoes, and I got these perfect avocados, which I'm not going to eat all these. These are both for our celebration dinner on Christmas Eve, so we're going to be sharing these things with people. Now let's look what's in here today. What are they suggesting? Mashed white and sweet potatoes. Oh, and they usually put like butter and, you know, whatever milk products and things, and but bacon, things like that. And so I don't use any of that kind of stuff. If I do try to make these things, I'll veganize them. But I guess they're supposed to have everything for these recipes in here. I've got sweet potatoes, apples, what else? Oh, see, what I really love is they give you these fresh herbs, and they last forever because they're pretty fresh. You know, so I've got parsley and thyme here, which is nice. And look, Brussels sprouts. Those are big Brussels sprouts. Those are really big. So that's neat. I think that the mashed potatoes would be really good. Yeah, I think they didn't put a whole lot of other things in here. It looks like there's a garlic down here. But I got a lot of really cool stuff. These are more winter, winter veggies and fruits. So yummy, yummy. All right, good morning. It's probably not the best light to be making a video in, but here it goes anyway. I need to find a time where the kids are quiet still, and I haven't got them up just yet. But first off, if Jill for today, if you are out there, you sent me a message, and I answered you directly, but for some reason it wouldn't go through. It said that it was not a good address for email, and so what I actually did was I answered you on Facebook in message because I couldn't get my Google to work. I'm really horrible about that. So anyway, check there, and that's where my message is, and I'm going to try to work out the Google thing. So anyway, for everybody else, I wanted to talk to you about dealing with mean people. I've watched a few videos lately on dealing with people who are, just mean and nasty, and how to deal with them. And, it's just, people might think, oh, it's not a vegan issue right now, it's not a plant-based issue, but you know what, it kind of is an everybody issue, because if you're trying to better your life and you're trying to, move forward in a positive change, there's always going to be people who are mean and nasty, who yes, you're going to attract people who are positive, who are like that, who you can be around, but you're also going to attract people who are mean and nasty, because they get their strength, I guess, so to speak, or their identity from trying to deride and humiliate people who are living well and looking like they're having a great time, because they really hate that for whatever reason. So you have to deal with those kind of people, no matter who they are, no matter who you are. Especially in the holidays, you're going to be around relatives and extended family who, I hate to say it, but sometimes, they've got their snarky comments, and they have their, it's like they live all year long to catch you, in a vulnerable, when I say vulnerable, a situation where you think that maybe they deserve more, I guess, the benefit of the doubt, where they think that you think, that you're gonna, and sometimes you do, we think that, oh, it's Christmas, they should behave better than this, and then we leave ourselves open, which is exactly where they want us. And so, according to, I ran across an article that I read in the newspaper about, I don't know, maybe 6 years ago, and I cut it out, and I've had it in my daytimer ever since, and every now and then I read it because it reminds me that the problem is not with me, it is with them. And it was written by Stephen Callis, a behavioral therapist here in Las Vegas. And if I can find it, I'll attach it below and you can read it. But I just love it. He says, the title of the article is "It Takes Commitment to Put Mean People in Their Place." And so there's three things. He says that mean people, nasty people, they need to, in the same way that vampires need to suck your blood to live, he says that mean people need to basically make you feel derided and humiliated in order to give themselves identity. Now, people are that way. People are mean and nasty and have to do these things for a myriad of reasons. But the thing is it doesn't have anything to do with you, and that's what you need to know. And so he says, in his opinion, he gives 3 tips for dealing with them. Number 1 is, he says, to always basically identify and never forget that these people are mean and nasty. And it may sound terrible, but it really is important that you identify that these people are this way. And number 2, remind yourself, that they are that way. When you're around them, you have to continually remind yourself that this is the way that this person is. And number 3, you have to actually be alert and remind yourself to be on guard if you ever see that person being nice or, doing something that is out of their usual negative character, because you have to remember that this is the way that they catch you off guard. The mean and nasty people have to keep you off guard so they can have the next offense. It's for the next offensive. They're prepping you, so to speak. So, and you have to be aware of that. And it may sound kind of maybe paranoid, but it's not. Try living around these people without doing these 3 things and without being aware, and just see where that gets you because they are on it every single time. And so the end result to all of this is not to run in circles trying to guess, how they're going to be and try to get on the defensive and things like that. The end result, he says, of dealing with mean and nasty people is not to change them or to make a snarkier comment than them or whatever, and get a one-up on them. The best thing that you can do with mean people is actually to all right, sorry about there. I almost lost you on the punchline. Okay, the total, basically what you're going to shoot for is rendering the mean person irrelevant. So you have to remember that word, irrelevant. That's really what you're shooting for. It drives them absolutely insane, and at the same time allows you to go on being the positive and productive you, and to become the person you want to be, and to live happy and healthy, and just make them irrelevant. That's what you have to do, and go on with your life. So anyway, remember that. I just thought I'd pass that on during this season so you can make the most of the season. Continue to do that. Yes, I have actually had to step away from a few, Facebook, I don't want to say friends, but acquaintances, and some of them were relatives, just for a time, because there were just so much negativity. And there's like one in particular person who consistently tries to get you on, you're off guard for the next offensive. And once it's down, oh boy, that person just loves to try to rip you down and in front of others. So I just decided that I didn't really have room for that in my life. Not right now. All the best to that person, but you just have to, and I don't, and don't be, when you do things like that, don't be creeping back and trying to find what's going on their profile and sneaking around. Just go on. Irrelevant. That person is not relevant in your mission right now. So just go on and pray for that person and think happy thoughts for them, and go on with your mission. So anyway, just wanted to pass that on. Love you guys a lot, and good morning. I'll see you later.